Hello and welcome to my top 5 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, where we talk about the best duels from each series of Yu-Gi-Oh! From Duel Monsters to Sevens, and maybe Go Rush, if I decide to watch it. You know what I love? Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So today I'll be talking about my favorite GX duels. So let's begin. Before we get into all that, be sure to like and subscribe, share this with your friends, check out my polls on Strawple, check out my Demoner, and check out my Twitter. All the links are in the description. You're probably gonna have a fun time checking all those out. Let's start the video now. Number 5, Jaden Yuki, expect to see Milan on this list, versus Blair Flanagan, Season 1, Episode 20. So, one of the funniest duels of all time was when Jaden went up against the young girl who illegally made her way into Duel Academy, also known as Blair Flanagan. What makes this duel funny is that Blair was somehow able to make her monster, the Main in Love, talk, which then made Jane's elemental heroes talk as well, and I don't know, it's so great, just to see duel monsters just talk, and have physical interactions and stuff, and have feelings and emotions. Duel monsters, the monsters have emotions during battle, I think there was one time where Yugi played spellbook card and equip it to Karibo, and then Karibo was reading the book and it's I don't know any of this, but this is the first time where the monsters actually talked in battle, and it was hilarious. like Eventually Jaden summons elemental hero Bristentrix because all of his elemental heroes are male, which can easily be swayed by the Main in Love, but since Bristentrix is a female, it can't, she can't do that. I also like how Bristentrix is the main female protagonist, the female team leader, just she's able to intimidate both Avian and Sparkman. It's so hilarious. This duel is the reason why I have Udar's Shining Heroes talk in Yu-Gi-Oh! Lock Dimensions. It's comedic, but it also has great potential. Because, yeah, we kind of got that in Neospacians later in the series, but I kind of like how this was sort of the first time that Jane's dual spirits talked. If anything, this filler episode kind of feels more like foreshadowing for the Neospacians. So yeah, this duel is really great, and it's practically what kickstarted the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! Lock Dimensions. If this episode didn't exist, I don't think I would have ever came up with the idea of making the Shining Heroes talk in Yu-Gi-Oh! Lock Dimensions. Number 4, Jaden Yuki versus Alexis Rhodes, Season 2, Episodes 41 to 42. In the Great Society of Light arc in Season 2, Alexis lost against Chaz, the Chaz, in a duel and fell under the influence of the Society of Light, which completely changed her personality and stuff. Now she's got, more attitude, she's, a lot more, she's a lot more, mean now. She's a lot more serious. I'm sure when he was serious, but now she's more serious, and she's I don't know, not a nice person, if you know what I mean. So one day she challenges Jane to a duel because of misunderstandings, and Jane tries his hardest to snap her out of the Society of Light phase. Phase, mom. This duel is really nice because it shows how much Jane cares about Alexis. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pushy, pushy. Of course, he's so oblivious to know that she actually likes him more than friends. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pushy, pushy. But it's the fact that he actually managed to get her out from the Society of Light that matters. So this duel is really good. Not really so important to the Society of Light arc. It's just I guess, but it's a good duel overall. Number 3, Jaden Yuki versus Aster Phoenix, Season 2, Episodes 15 to 16. So a major plot point, the major plot point of Season 2 was the introduction of Aster Phoenix. He first appeared in the beginning of Season 2 and purposely lost to Jane using a randomized deck, which also included in the drama, which completely terrified the Chaz. Then he returned and surprisingly defeated Jane with his Destiny hero cards. Now, after a miscellaneous filler arc, Jane eventually had a rematch with Aster and defeated him with his newly acquired Neospacians and elemental hero Neos. You got a new boss monster, like a Flame Wingman. So this duel is great because Jane gets his revenge on Aster, the person who crippled him, and then he couldn't see his duel monsters anymore, so he had to go on a mission to get his Neospacians, and then he came back, and yeah. And it's also because Jaden used his fan made cards he came up with as a child, which were the Neospacians. Like it's like very poetic, and like it's used to show that Jane can always triumph in the end, even after he was in a big slump after losing to Aster beforehand. This is why he's one of the best protagonists. Number 2, Jaden Yuki versus Dimitri, Season 1, Episodes 18 to 19. Now, there's a reason why Jaden is known as the next king of games, because he 100% has the potential to do so. And this duel is proof of that. In this duel, Jaden duels Dimitri, a copycat duelist who stole a copy of Yugi Moto's deck. In the end, Jaden manages to defeat the King of Games' deck, and Dimitri returns the deck to its original place. Now, the thing about this duel is that Jaden, despite being less experienced than Yugi was, still managed to defeat someone who was just about to defeat him with that deck. And this duel makes it even more possible for Jaden being the winner in the last duel of Yugioh GX, now that like his deck is more competitive and stuff. Granted, that deck that like Dimitri had didn't really have like the Egyptian God cards or anything like of like Yugi's like OP boss monsters. It was kind of just like the basic deck, like he had like Battle City or something, like Waking the Dragons. But like the fact that Jane still actually managed to defeat is kind of impressive. Yeah, this duel is living proof that Jane definitely has the potential to defeat the King of Games and become the new champion, which is great. I like Jane. Jane's one of the best. My broheem. And the number 1 duel is Jaden Yuki versus Dr. Veiling Crowler of Season 1, Episode 1. Probably like my favorite episode of Yugioh GX. Now, it might seem weird, like, put the very first duel, well, not the very first duel, because there were, like, some, like, short little duels before that, but, like, the first, like, major duel of GX at the very top, but I have good reasons. For one, this duel shows how great of a duelist Jane is. It came in at the very last minute, and he goes up against one of the most elite dueling instructors in Duel Academy, and he still won. Dr. Krella was using, like, the legendary rare cards of, like, rare card. I'm sorry, I had to. Of, like, which are known as the Ancient Gears, and, like, Ancient Gear Golem is his boss monster. And Jane still won. Not to mention that the Wing Karibo he received from the Yugi Moto was very beneficial to his victory, because, like, if not for Wing Karibo, Jane would have, like, lost. So, like, it's kind of shows, like, how much, like, how helpful Wing Karibo really is. It also shows how, you know, Jane duels against, like, people, like, he duels for fun, and he doesn't care about who he's going up against. Like, he could be going up against, like, literal Satan himself and won't care whatsoever. He just wants to have a fun time. Especially when he's going up against a man with a deck or rare cards. So, yeah, this duel is great. This is probably my favorite opening duel from each Yu-Gi-Oh! Installment. Or maybe it's my GX bias, I don't know. Probably not. And that was my top 5 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! GX duels. If you liked this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing as well. Share it with your friends. Check my little drop, check out my Twitter, and check out my DemonR. The links are in the description. And I will see you guys next time.